boys?
We're here.
Yeah.
How we doing?
Good.
High as fuck.
Dude, I'll fill you guys in on my life because I got some news. I spent the afternoon in a Chinese buffet and waiting for a friend to come and get me because the bus broke down on my way home.
There are worse places to spend an afternoon.
Yeah, I ate a lot of frog legs and jello.
Oh, God. They have frog legs there?
Yum.
Yeah.
I don't remember that being there when I went there.
Oh, different
Where were
one.
you?
Different one.
Oh, different one.
I had never been to this one before. It was just like where at the same exit where I was getting picked up by a friend. Shout out to Booms and Vanessa for helping me make it home. I saw Theo Vaughn last night.
How was he?
He was okay, if I'm being honest.
Dude, if I'm being honest, it's funny because me and a friend, we were just talking about it. I think he's funny when he's like talking with people and like podcasts. But his stand-up is not.
He had some really funny bits, but it just wasn't that funny.
I don't think his stand-up is like that strong. Yeah.
There were some bits that killed, but his openers weren't that funny, honestly.
Dude, you should have asked to be one of his openers.
Yeah, so it should have been you.
It should have been me because I had one of the best sets of my career last night to one of the biggest crowds I've ever had last night.
Did Theo Vaughn see it?
No. Stupid whore.
Well, we don't need Theo Vaughn. We got our own podcast and our own comedian, so fuck them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, fuck Theo Vaughn. Come on, guys. This is comics and chronic. This is not comics and lullabies, okay? There you go.
No sleepy boo for us.
A bunch of sleepy boo-boo babies over here.
Oh, not me.
Dude,
not never.
Yeah, good. Is nap time over?
Yeah, nap time's over. I'm back, baby.
Oh, there he is.
I'm ready for
like
action.
When I was like, there you are, Cody.
Was that in the tone of what's her name from Hook?
Yeah, it's when that kid is moving his face around. He's like, there you are, Peter.
Yeah, exactly.
We should recreate that scene one day. You as that kid and Jake as Robin, Cody as Robin Williams.
That'd be awesome.
We also, commies, if you want to know more about how we feel about the movie Hook, go to our Hook episode.
Facts.
Because we already discussed the masterpiece.
In the middle, smack dab in the middle of Sandman September, we were like, let's talk.
The Sandman September, is that when it happened?
Yeah, we just like diverted. Like, so for a bunch of those episodes, we had Jake we had Dream come in and do some intros for us.
What? That wasn't me.
Yeah, sorry. I thought, I always confuse the two. You and Morpheus, very similar.
Very similar.
Yeah.
Jake is the Sandman of the podcast. But yeah, no, that's you check out Sandman September. We do a lot of cool shit like that. And we talked about Hook for some reason in between all that. It Neverland.
Well, in a way, Neverland is a lot in common with the Dreamland. Morpheus
is true.
Dream Kingdom,
Yeah. I mean, one could say Neverland kind of just might even be just the place where kids go when they dream.
Yeah. I have, nice. Cody coming out there with that. Dude, speaking of, just as a little thing, because Anthony, you had mentioned it probably when we covered the Netflix show, or months ago at least, but there is now a trailer for Dead Boy Detective Agency or whatever.
Yeah, Dead Boy Detectives. Yep.
Which is loosely based off of the part in the Sandman comic where it has the dead school kids.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not sure how I feel about it, to be honest. I watched the trailer. I was like,
was that on HBO?
It's on Netflix.
Netflix.
I was like, I'm probably not going to watch it, to be honest.
I'll check out the first episode just because it's a comic book thing. But yeah, I don't expect to like it because it's like, okay, I love the Sandman. The Sandman has offshoots that are cool. Like you could read Death. Death has her own series and stuff like that. But then you start going Dead Boy Detectives, that now you're diluting it so much. And I'm like, I don't know if that's what I'm here for,
Exactly.
It might be great, but I'm just like, there's so many comics to read. I'm not going for that one.
Dead Boy Detectives is like the Sandman's version of the MCU Moon Knight.
Disney Plus
you know what I mean? Like it's like why should I care about this at all? And the answer is I don't.
Oh.
I don't care about it. I don't care about it one bit.
Can I admit something about my comic reading about this episode? So Supergirl, right? She's the subject of today's episode. I haven't read a lot of Supergirl comics, and part of that reason is just because I'm like, such a guy about reading comics. I'm like, oh, Supergirl, like what, you like growing up. I want for Superman, I want for Batman, I want for like the guys, like Wonder Woman. I didn't start reading until I got older because I'm like, oh, Wonder Woman's fucking awesome. How was I, not reading Wonder Woman? Supergirl, I feel like never really had like that series or that comic for me.
This is my first
She was never that bitch.
This is my first Supergirl comic I've ever read. Like, just Supergirl.
Nice. See, have you guys ever read this one? This is the one I wanted to bring up. It's by Jeff Loeb. It was in the Batman Superman team up series. Did you ever read this one?
I've never actually read it now. Actually, I probably do have it somewhere in my library.
That was like my first exposure in a comic to Supergirl, and I don't know if people like that run. There's an animated movie that is very heavily based on that.
She also kicks ass in that movie.
Yes, in the comic she does too. She's great.
The fight with Darkseid on that farm.
Yes.
Dude, Supergirl's nasty in that fight.
Yep.
In the animated movie?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a really sick fight.
What is the name of it? Is it just like Doomed or Doomsday or something?
It's not Doomsday. But it's just like a. I don't even think it's a full length animated. It might just be like 45 minutes, like it's a short one.
Yeah, it was really good though. Yeah,
but that fight is legit.
Yeah.
My first exposure to Supergirl is actually when she fought Doomsday in Death of Superman, which is a shout out to something that might be coming.
Ooh, the Death of Superman might be coming.
And I've really never. But otherwise, I've really never been exposed to Supergirl, and I've always, for some reason, really liked the character, even though I've not read much about it. I've not seen her a ton. Maybe it is because she's a baddie.
Hot.
But
yeah, exactly. She's just hot. She has a hot little skimpy outfit. Just a hot blonde chick flying around kicking ass.
Yeah, all the things you love about Superman, but if she was sexy as hell.
I didn't hear you, but I could see you said sexy as hell. And there's Kevin right on
she's
cue.
just sexy. Yeah. Yeah, but she's sexy. She's fine.
She is sexy.
She's a badass for sure.
She's cool. I like her in Injustice 2 also.
Yeah, I do too.
Well, in case everyone can't piece it together by now, we are discussing Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow, written by Tom King and drawn by Bilquis Evely.
Yeah.
Bilquis Evely?
I'm not sure.
I might be mispronouncing her name, and I'm sorry if I am. Yeah, it's very, very cool comic.
The art is unreal.
Fucking great.
No, some of my favorite art I've ever read in a comic.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna say it.
I've never seen her art before, and she's instantly a favorite. You know what I'm saying?
I would argue that her art was the strongest part of the book.
I agree, but I think I liked the story more than you, Jake. It felt good. It felt wholesome.
I think the art makes the story stronger.
For sure.
Which tends to be a pretty common thing with Tom King.
This book, I feel like for some reason it had a big never-ending story energy for me.
I didn't read it like that.
What I liked about the narration, and a lot of great stories are like this, where it's not Supergirl's narration.
No,
it's being narrated by
it's the alien girl that accompanies her on her quest.
Ruthye,
yeah. It's Ruthie's narration, yeah.
Yeah.
And that's cool because, like, if you read, like, The Great Gatsby or, like, Moby Dick or something like that, it's not narrated by the main dude. It's by someone who's, like, kind of viewing them from afar, which kind of gives this, like, mythic, like, it, like, makes Supergirl seem even, like, more mythological.
Larger than life.
Yeah, exactly.
Sure.
So I
especially
like
because
that.
she, like, inspired, like, an entire people's, like, revolution.
Right?
Yeah.
So now, like, Supergirl's known throughout the galaxy as this, like, cosmic being of justice, which I like.
Yeah.
And also she's kind of like not riding off of, but like when they see the symbol, a lot of alien races know Superman. So he never appears in the comic, but much like in Uncanny X-Force, when we talk about how like Apocalypse has like a presence, like.
Yes.
Superman has
Yeah.
a presence here, but you never really see him. He never pops up.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, people are taking shots at Supergirl just because
She's a girl.
Yeah.
and
She's not Superman.
Right.
exactly.
And they're like, well, we don't know you.
And boy, they fuck around and they find out.
They find out real fast. Yeah.
She kills a lot of people in this book.
She fucks up a lot of people.
Pirates.
Does she kill people?
Yeah, I think she totally murks.
I don't think she killed anybody. She beat the shit out of a lot of people.
Oh, she didn't murk any of those pirates, the flying ships?
No, the Brigadiers, no. They ended up killing Comet, which was crazy.
Oh, yeah, the horse that was actually a person.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah, that was crazy. They killed him, and then she basically beat them up and they fled. And that was how it ended.
Yeah, I guess she doesn't ever kill anyone, but she seems like
She's down to kill.
Yeah, like she's just more ruthless, that's for sure, but in a cool way. Like it gives her that edge that Superman doesn't have. Like even her words and thoughts, well, not really her thoughts, but the way like she just is cooler than Superman in that way. Like she's like in a bar, like she gets into bar brawls. She's
But also
drunk.
had
Yeah,
hard,
she-
Han Solo vibes.
Yeah, that's what I mean. She's more of
Yeah.
a scoundrel.
She was
let's
very
say.
much, she was very much, dude, I mean, in the beginning of the book, she's like an alcoholic. She's drinking. She's
Yeah,
just
well,
staying
no,
drunk.
it's just her 21st birthday.
Yeah, she's chilling.
Yeah, but she wasn't drinking happily. She was just like fucked up, wasted in this like shitty tavern on another planet.
Yeah, well, she was sad, that's for sure. She wasn't there. She wasn't like, but part of the cool thing, so like, okay, so at the beginning of the story, Supergirl's on Ruthie's planet, and part of the reason is because it's under a red sun, which is going to dwarf her strength and power, so she could be more of a normal person.
Yeah. That way she could drink.
Yeah,
She wouldn't be able to get fucked up on Earth.
yeah, exactly. She wanted to smoke that Zaza and get to a 10, you know?
Yeah, that the sun is a common device in this book, be it the red sun on the beginning planet, the way she gets her strength, the way it kills her family, the way she is under the green sun
Oh, yeah, the green sun.
after
She's
she gets
fucked.
teleported.
Yeah,
Who is the green sun again? What did it do to her? It
poisoned.
was like a kryptonite sun, right?
Kind of like they were saying that when Superman was on this planet, he stood there for like, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes or something. And he was like close to the edge of death and she has to stay there for like 10 hours.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, Justice League saved her. Or saved him.
Superman, yeah. I mean, well, she just
Yeah.
had Ruthie with a sword.
She fought off like all those monsters trying to eat them and shit.
Yeah, dinosaur looking
Yeah,
motherfucker.
dinosaurs.
That was
Shit's
crazy.
Sick.
Man, each issue was just so cool. Like that's I think I didn't expect to like this book as much. Like I'm telling you going into this, like my bias was I've never really read a great Supergirl comic, and this was a great Supergirl comic.
This is facts. Big time facts.
I would argue between this and Human Target, which I'm currently reading volume 2, but I would make the argument that like of the past few years, Tom King's been making the best comics getting put out.
He's doing some great stuff. I would agree. I'm a big fan of his work.
I'm not saying he's all hits,
Yeah, no, definitely not all hits.
but I think between Human Target and this, I kind of am like, whoa.
What do you like better, this or Human Target?
Ooh.
It's a good question. I haven't finished Human Target, but
Oh, right.
I like Human Target better,
Yeah, I would say Human Target over this.
but not taking away from anything from
No,
this book.
definitely
yeah,
not.
I just think Human Target was bananas good.
Yeah.
And like really interesting. But this was too. I love the issue when she's running from that orb. And as she's running, the art is jumping back and forth between her story, her origin story, and the way her family dies on Krypton, and then to her while she's on the back of Comet running from that magical orb so it doesn't get her the second time.
Yeah, and she's like running on the horse at like the speed of light, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, that was sick.
So can we do a quick synopsis? Do you mind if I do it?
Do
Do it.
Anthony.
I believe in you.
Yeah, so at the beginning of the story, so we're getting this from Ruthie. She's this little girl on this alien planet. She's super poor. She's from a family of farmers. Actually, saying that out loud right now, it's just making me think of Clark's origin, you know, the whole Superman, Kansas farmer origin. Her father is killed by this guy named Krem. He's like this ruthless warlord. He works for the king of their planet.
Krem of the Yellow Fields.
Krem of the Yellow Fields. Ruthie's on a quest for revenge to get back at this guy for killing her father. And she enlists Supergirl to help her. At first, Supergirl's like, I'm not here to do that. While Supergirl's trying to leave, they run into Krem, and then wouldn't you know it, he fucking fucks up Crypto. Crypto's with
an
Supergirl,
arrow
with
and
an arrow
Supergirl.
and Supergirl herself, right? And she has to find a way to save Crypto, so she decides to go with Ruthye to track down Krem and find a way to find the antidote for Crypto.
Yeah.
It's a cool story. It's very Western feeling. It feels like very much like Supergirl is a cowgirl, in the old West.
Whoa, that's crazy. I like that.
It's like a space western.
Yeah.
I liked it when they visit that town of the people that hate purple people or whatever.
Oh, the blue people and the purple people. Yeah. That was fucked.
With the genocide.
Yeah.
They built like an entire city over them.
Yeah.
Fucked up.
Because part of that was like these other aliens came to them and
Brigadiers.
the
whatever.
Brigadiers, who are the main villains of the story, right? They're just so fucked up as villains. You can't like them at all.
No, they're definitely not written to be liked.
Yeah.
No,
There's nothing redeeming about them.
There's a bunch of raping pirates going from planet to planet.
Yeah, just destroying. And it's crazy. And so Krem ends up joining them because he's so brutal.
Yeah, Krem is fucked up.
So brutal. Though.
Yeah, Krem goes from place to place just being a monster.
Yep. I like that issue where Supergirl goes to like each planet where Krem has done these things. And there's this one planet where there's this Galactus looking person, like very Jack Kirby-esque art suddenly. And Supergirl allows this thing to beat the shit out of her to like take out the anger that they're not taking out because of what Krem did.
Yeah.
The story has a lot of really good like emotional moments, like Tom King's great at that.
Yeah. He's good at tugging on your heartstrings.
Exactly.
Well, Anthony, weren't you saying you felt like after reading this that Tom King definitely did some shit in Iraq or whatever?
There's like some stuff in the comic where like, I don't know, the very end.
Wait, Tom King was in Iraq? I forgot about this.
Tom King was a CIA agent.
Yeah, he was in the CIA.
Oh, yeah, because isn't there a rumor that he's like a plant from the CIA in D.C.?
I've heard
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
yeah.
Like that he's a propaganda plant and that like
Yeah.
the books he writes. Yeah. But he served during Operation Iraqi Freedom.
Okay.
Remember where we freed all the Iraqis successfully?
He has a comic about it. I think it's called Sheriff of Babylon. I haven't read it.
Oh yeah, you told me about it. I want to check that out.
Yeah. But like there's definitely moments in this comic where Ruthye is, her whole thing is like, when I find Krem, I'm gonna kill him. Like, that's her whole thing. I'm gonna fuck him up for killing my father. And they eventually get him and track him down, and those are the cool moments where Tom King's just such a good writer. That moment where Krem is tied up and Ruthye, he just basically convinces Ruthye to untie him. Like, if this is what you want, like their final battle is just it's a
really good one.
It's really good, yeah. And it's not like over the top.
Insane.
It's just like one-on-one, fist to fist.
Yeah, she just outsmarts him. He gets desperate and she almost like takes her time kind of dissecting him.
Yeah. Like the payoff of the story is more Ruthie's story than Supergirl's at the end of it.
For sure.
Yeah.
Which I liked. I thought that was really cool. Like Ruthye even admits, like, some parts of the story maybe, because we're getting it from her perspective as an old woman.
An old lady.
Yeah.
She's like old now and decrepit and dying.
Yeah. And she admits that some stuff maybe she made up, some stuff she embellished a bit, but.
Or she just like misremembers.
Yeah,
She's,
yeah.
Now like 100 years old. But
I love that about it. So like you could think about those parts, like really how much did she do? I'd like to believe that when she was defending Supergirl in that one issue with the Green Sun, that she was really doing that and like kicking ass,
Oh, for sure. For sure. I think so. I think it's more like the many wonders of Supergirl. Like, did she actually do this? And did she actually do that?
Yeah.
It's cool. Like that's how you build, like going back to what you're saying, like myths and shit.
Yeah.
Supergirl's like these people's Hercules now,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
That's cool.
Crazy. So I after, I don't know why I didn't, while reading it, get the space western vibe, but you bringing that up that's like all I've been thinking about since you said it. And
Well, she's totally especially in the beginning, she's like Han Solo and Crypto is like Chewbacca.
Well, what I was going to say is this was probably a better space western than Disney's The Mandalorian.
Ooh. I get that.
Shots fired.
That lone wolf and cub. It has Shane vibes. It has a little bit of those Shane vibes too.
Which is a lone wolf, which is a wolf and cub vibe too.
Yeah, all of that. Like it's there, and it's still original.
I mean, it's the classic. Yeah, exactly. It's an original story, but it's a classic trope.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not the story I expected with Supergirl at all. It just works.
But it was good. And the way she teaches, like the whole point of it, you find out at the end, there's a big twist where Supergirl really didn't need to go. Crypto was going to be fine.
Yeah, she figured out how to fix him like right away.
And she actually just went along on this journey to teach Ruthye about like being a good person and to inspire her to do the right thing.
Yeah, that was cool. But I'll just say it, I do love the end. So Krem gets thrown into the Phantom Zone to atone for his many years of horrible shit. And he comes out and he's like, oh my God, Supergirl, like you changed my life.
He's like a fully reformed dude.
Yeah. And then Ruthye just silently goes up to him and shanks him. And that's the end of it.
Yeah.
I thought that was just so, and like Supergirl's just like, sure. Like, yep.
Yeah.
That was just, what did you guys think of that? That's like, I thought it was it was so, like, I wasn't expecting that to be the ending, to be honest.
I kind of liked it.
I liked it. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a good ending. I would just think like the whole, that wouldn't happen at the end of a Superman story. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's
of course not. Superman would not just watch that and let it happen. And not do anything. But Supergirl's like, get your revenge, girl.
Yeah, like there's nothing wrong with it. I agree with it.
Yeah. Oh, but Superman can't snap necks.
No, he can't.
No, that's malarkey, dude. So okay, let me ask you a real question.
Supergirl didn't kill him though. She just allowed it.
But say right now. In real life, Zod has Cody. Or Cody's like up against the wall and he's about to get lasered by Zod. You wouldn't want Superman to save Cody and snap his neck?
No, of course I would. But I don't want the Superman that I'm reading in the comic to do that.
What was the movie? But I don't think there was any other answer for that movie.
The Zod neck snap.
Zod neck snap.
I'm saying Superman shouldn't do that, but I could see other characters doing it. I don't know if I could see Supergirl doing it, but she would be closer to doing it.
Extreme. Oh my goodness!
What'd you spill?
Water all over my desk.
Attaboy. Jakey Poo at it again.
That was the spirit of Superman saying, you don't always got to snap necks. He could have poured water in Zod's eyes. There you go. He would have been like, what is this?
Towels will be repaired.
Dude, I loved this comic. I loved the lore. I loved Supergirl's costume in this.
Yeah, great costume.
And like just the art, man. The art was unreal.
It made all the alien worlds come to life.
Yeah, and dude, the way those giant full page spreads.
Oh yeah,
they were something to behold.
Beautiful, like when Supergirl pops the kryptonite pills and becomes that dragon. That was so cool. That was so cool.
Fights the space dragon and stuff.
Oh yeah, she doesn't become the dragon. Like she fights. It's like a giant blue dragon. That's all I'm picturing.
Yeah, not physically, but like she's that bitch.
She got that dog in her,
and she got that dragon in her, dude.
She looks like Phoenix. That's what's happening. She looks like she becomes the Phoenix Force, right? Like she's exactly like Jean Grey, Supergirl, right there.
Yeah.
But I love the art in this comic, man.
Dude, the art. Literally, I would like outright just go out and come out and say maybe like top 5 best art I've seen in a comic.
You mean
top
this year
best art
ever?
This year or period?
Yeah,
period.
Ooh. I don't know if I'd go that far.
Really?
I go that far.
Okay, from the hip, top 5 artists right now.
Top 5 artists of all time. You're saying?
Fuck yeah. Of all time.
Okay. Somewhere, I don't know the order yet, but I know that Jim Lee and Alex Ross are on that list.
For sure, the goats.
Yeah.
So those are the first 2 that come to mind for me.
For sure. I don't even think it's a question. Yeah.
For everyone, I think. I think all 3 of us will definitely have them.
Oh, and Jack Kirby. Jack Kirby for sure. I give it, he's the GOAT. Like, I don't know if he's number... number one for me, but I have to give respect to Jack Kirby because he made all the characters that we know and love.
Just because he made him doesn't mean his
Yeah,
art's the best.
I don't think his art's the best. I think we deserve a lot of tribute, like pay respect to him. But I'm not giving him. He's not. He might not even make my top 5.
I agree with Cody on that. To be honest,
Fair enough. Fine, he's in the top
I
10.
really do. We're talking about top 5 artists, not just because he came first.
All right, so Jack Kirby's not on the Comics and Chronic top artist list. That's okay.
It's a controversial thing, but
Yeah, it's
that's
fine.
what we do.
Frank Miller, I guess, might be controversial too, but he's not on our list. I know he's not on our
No
list.
way.
Cody's
Okay.
disgusted. His face. He's like, "How dare you even say?"
Yeah, Frank, not Frankie M.
I might honestly
Say
put
it.
Tim Sale on there.
Ooh, Tim Sale.
I like his art.
I like Tim Sale's art a lot. If I may, I kind of want to. I want to put JSA at least in the top 10. I don't know about my top 5, but Jason Shawn Alexander, he's doing stuff that not other people are doing. You know?
I'd have to really review that in order for me to agree.
Really,
Yes.
Philadelphia doesn't prove enough that he's like top tier. Have you seen his Batman?
I mean, I'm not shitting on his art at all. Would I put him in my personal top 10? I really don't know, honestly.
He's in mine for sure.
I can't go that far. I'm not going to just say wild things.
It's not wild to me.
I don't know. Cody kind of no-selling both of us.
So who I'm thinking is in my top, Fiona Staples.
I knew you were going to say that. I just looked at Saga.
I'm trying to think of comic. My brain is like, what books are there?
Mitch Gerard's, he always teams up with Tom King. He's great.
I love his art. I feel like I'm picking so many modern people. Well, Alex Ross and Jim Lee are not too.
Who was it that worked with Brian Azzarello for Joker?
Lee Bermejo.
Lee Bermejo, yeah. He's good. I like his stuff a lot. I might put him in top 10. I don't know if I'd do top 5.
I think I'm with you. I'm just thinking out loud.
No.
I like Alex Maleev. He's really good.
I know I've read something of his. What's his?
Him and Bendis team up all the time.
Oh, yeah. Okay. His stuff's good too.
He did a lot of Daredevil.
Jason Fabok.
Oh, he's great. He is very
like
good.
his comic art is like almost some of my quintessential, like what heroes should look like.
What does he do?
Jason Fabok, he did 3 Jokers. He did
He did a lot of Justice League. He's a DC artist.
Yeah, he's a DC artist, like exclusive pretty much.
Okay, I got what about Sean Phillips?
Sean Phillips.
Ooh,
I like
he's
his
good.
art a lot. I might put what's his name? Black Sad.
Ooh.
Blanking on the name. His art is incredible.
Yeah.
That art alone in that book is incredible.
Jake talked to him at Comic-Con.
Yeah, he's kind of a
Nice.
douchebag, but whatever.
That's so funny.
So I might put him in my top 5, honestly.
Nice.
Nice.
Oh, Jerome Pena. He would be in my top 10 as well.
Yeah. David Finch or Finn? I don't know.
I know who you're talking about.
Who is it that works with Scott Snyder on Batman?
Oh, Greg Capullo.
Greg Capullo.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love the caps. The Cappy baby.
What about the Todd father, Todd McFarlane?
Ooh. I don't know.
I'm not the biggest.
Yeah, I'm not
Is
the
that
biggest.
controversial?
No, like I like Hulk Ground Zero a lot.
Yeah.
But he's pretty edgelordy with his art. It's always like super exaggerated.
It's definitely 90s art. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's not bad. I
Like,
don't know if I put him in my top 5.
On my list, definitely not Rob Liefeld, who did Deadpool and he has the Captain America that looks unreasonably
I know what you're
broad chested.
talking
Like
about.
there's have you seen it? It's like looks really weird. Like his chest is like going out to here. Like
No, I've seen it.
if you point it out, he'll block you online.
Really?
Yeah, and he also can't draw feet. So if you ever told him he can't draw feet, he's like, "Oh, I've been hearing this for years. Like you're
He'll
blocked."
block you?
Yeah, he's very petty about that kind of stuff.
Now I kind of want to do it.
You should do it right now.
Jake-
Get blocked
Jake-
by Rob Liefeld.
You know somebody else who's from the same era that I think is kind of hit or miss with his art?
Who?
Jeff Lemire.
He's not from that era. He's from a newer era.
Is he?
Yeah, but I would agree. I go for Jeff Lemire over writing than art, but his art and writing go together sometimes in a really cool way. Like it's his art fits the mood of what he could have. Jeff Lemire has sad boy energy to me. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, I'm with you there.
In a great way. Like I have to be in a certain mood sometimes to read a Jeff Lemire comic.
Ooh, I already know who I would put personally. This is just because I'm a huge fan of all his books, but I'm putting Sean Phillips in there.
I literally said that earlier.
Oh, did you?
Yes.
I didn't hear you say Sean Phillips.
You heard me, didn't you, Anthony?
Yeah, I heard it. Yeah.
I don't know. You must have glitched out for me when you said that.
Yeah, I said that because I think that while I don't know that I would want to see Sean Phillips do anything, for the kind of stories he tells, for the pulpy, noiry thing,
Dude, he's
like
done superhero
perfect.
art before, too.
How does it look?
It looks awesome. What are you talking about? He's Sean Phillips.
I don't know.
Oh, do you guys know Mike Allred?
Probably.
I don't know.
Have you ever seen, what's this dude's name? Madman? Is that his name? Yeah, Madman. He has like a white suit with a red.
John Romita Jr.?
Oh, yeah, he's great.
Come on, dog.
That's a top 5. That's a top 5.
Wait, do you guys not know Madman?
Brian Bolland?
If I'm being honest, I know this isn't fair, but I'm always more prone to remember the name of a writer than I am an artist.
What the fuck? You disgust me. I get it.
No, I get it.
I'm more prone. It's just like something that it's kind of like, you're a lot more likely to remember the front man of the band than the drummer. You know what I mean?
Steve Ditko?
So you see the writer as the front man? That's interesting too. But like comics is so not that. Like it's
definitely not. I was an oversimplification for show.
You're wrong. You're wrong, Cody. You're wrong. No, like, but seriously, because honestly, with my very small experience doing the comic with Joey, just the 10 pages, writing it, like he's doing so much of the legwork that I like. It's just I could write it and be like, here's the idea, but you know what I mean? Like it's just like me writing a script. Like a script doesn't mean anything if you don't have the right director and the right, everybody making it work together. The actors in there just making it.
No, I agree. I just think that I think what I'm trying to say is
fuck all artists. That's what I heard.
I don't give.
Wow.
Fuck you guys.
We know you don't mean that, Cody.
Neil Adams?
Neil Armstrong?
Ooh.
Yes. Let's not.
Louis Armstrong? Talk about I see trees of green.
Dude, who do you think would win in a fight? Louis Armstrong?
Ooh.
Or
Krem of the
Lance
Yellow
Armstrong.
Hills? Oh, sorry.
Or Krem of the Yellow Hills?
Lance Armstrong, Neil Armstrong, Louis Armstrong death battle.
Yeah,
exactly. Armstrong death match?
All the Armstrongs in a giant arena. Like an
Stretch Armstrong.
Ooh.
Oh.
Dude, that changes the game. I might put my money on Stretch in that case.
Right? He's like Mr. Fantastic.
But you can tear him. I have torn a Stretch Armstrong before.
I was just going to say, as a kid, that's all you wanted to do.
Exactly. You want to rip that motherfucker apart.
Stretch, how far?
Exactly. Until that bead shit came out of him.
Yep. And then you got in trouble.
And then you got in trouble because it made a mess.
And you never got a Stretch Armstrong to leave.
It's a tale as old as time.
Stretch Armstrong, Man of Tomorrow. That should be a book that we write. A Stretch Armstrong book. We should pitch that to Mark Russell. I feel like he would write something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The story would be really melodramatic. It's like I was pulled and pulled as far as I could possibly be pulled.
They pulled me from the left. They pulled me from the right.
It all just came gushing out of me.
But it's not written from the perspective of Stretch Armstrong.
Exactly.
It's like,
it's like a little kid he saved. Dude, it would actually be cool if it took place, holy shit, like 1700s, 1600s. He's like some kind of revolutionary in some country. And at the end, he gets killed, drawn and quartered. So a horse attached to, to every limb. And the last few panels are like, him just getting stretched out. And then it cuts to black, implying that he obviously got
No, it doesn't cut to back. All you see is like almost like the pearls from Batman, but it's the beads.
Shit, that's awesome.
Cinematic as fuck.
I like that.
Stretch, the Armstrong story.
Yeah.
That's what it'll be called, Stretch. Like it was like cereal.
Ooh.
This is a Stretch.
Yeah. Yeah.
That drawn and quarter thing, holy shit.
Dude, it's a cool.
His wife and kids have to watch it.
Exactly.
Dude, I would love to. This is a completely different direction. I would love to see what's his name from Lord of the Rings as Krem of the Yellow Hills.
Who? What? There's a million actors in Lord of the Rings.
No, not Lord of the Rings. I'm sorry, Game of Thrones. The redheaded.
Once again,
dude.
also a million actors in Game.
That
redheaded
down.
dude.
That broad.
Edward Stark.
He's the wild dude. Big guy. He falls in love with
Tormund.
Tormund.
Yeah, he would
that's
make
it.
the perfect Krem.
Ooh,
I completely agree.
You're right.
Yeah.
That's perfect casting, Cody.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Who would you cast as Supergirl?
I was thinking that, yeah, because we have to cast Supergirl.
I got
too.
one.
Oh shit, Cody Feige.
I got
here we
it.
go.
Uh-oh.
Anya Taylor Joy.
I wouldn't be opposed to that.
Anya Taylor. Okay. Yeah, you know what? That would shit. That yeah,
I like that.
I like
That's
that
good
actually.
casting.
I could see that.
Yeah.
That's actually yeah. What about Florence Pugh? Could you see Florence Pugh as Supergirl?
No, only because Florence Pugh is gorgeous and everything. She's pretty like short, kind of. Supergirl tends to be like on the taller side. I picture her being like a rather tall female.
That's fair.
Like there would be a time back in her prime, and I'm going to say this, back in her prime, Charlize Theron would have been a dope Supergirl.
Ooh.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Young Charlize.
Young Charlize would have been a
killed
sick
it.
Supergirl. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
What about Cameron Diaz? Young Cameron Diaz as
I
Supergirl.
mean, I'd like to see her in that outfit. That's
There's something about Supergirl. There's something about Kara.
There's something about Supergirl.
Oh yeah, you know Supergirl's name is Kara Danvers, and Captain Marvel is Carol Danvers.
I thought her name is Kara Zor-El or something.
L.
But her
Yeah.
like just like her human name. That's what I'm saying. Like it's Clark Kent. She's Kara Danvers.
Oh, really? Danvers must have been a Papa name back then.
I guess so. I wonder why that is.
Who would win in a fight? Supergirl or Captain Marvel?
Bro, this. I'm
That's
going to say it
tough.
right now with the utmost confidence. Tough. It's Supergirl, dog.
I think it's Supergirl.
Supergirl.
Probably
DC's just
Supergirl,
on
yeah.
another power level.
Exactly. If only by that, I agree. DC is, like we talked about many times, it's inherently, like when I think about it, just more powerful.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Yeah.
even if you do get Marvel's equivalent of a character,
And
it's
this,
almost like
DC
has that slight
in
edge.
this story, the kind of mythological. It's like the you know how the many feats of Hercules. This was like the thing that Supergirl did. Like when she,
Oh, the trials of
Yeah.
Supergirl.
yeah,
What
you know
about
what I mean?
like
And
Captain Marvel versus Green Lantern?
Green
Captain
Lantern
Marvel.
still.
Yeah.
No, I give that to Captain Marvel.
Oh.
Yeah.
I think it's closer.
I think it's closer than Supergirl.
Yeah, and it also depends on which Green Lantern too. I think. Like I think
She washes Guy Gardner.
Yeah.
washes Guy Gardner. I think she would fuck up Hal, but he would probably win. And I think Jon Stewart would probably win.
They're both pilots, though. Captain Marvel and Hal Jordan are both
Oh.
Air Force pilots, right?
They could have a Top Gun style final
Ooh,
face off.
That'd be sick, to be honest. I would not mind if, like, say they make a Green Lantern movie and it does have like a Top Gun Maverick feel. to
Yeah,
it.
hell yeah, it should.
That would be a good Green Lantern movie to me.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, Tom Cruise in his prime could have made Hal Jordan come to life in the best way. Like he is Hal Jordan.
I agree.
He
With
just
that.
is Hal Jordan.
Way better than Ryan Reynolds. That's for fucking
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
Oh God, that
Ryan
movie.
Reynolds could have made a cool Kyle Rayner. You know what I mean? I feel like with live action DC, they're always like, let's do Barry Allen and Hal Jordan, but they're always going to act like Wally West and Kyle Rayner. You know what I mean? They always make them quirky, and like that's just not who those guys are. Those older dudes, they're so much more stiff, I guess.
Yeah, I agree.
But Supergirl, again, like not like Superman. She's not stiff. You know, that's what's really cool about her. Superman can be accused of being stiff. By the way, Tom King he wrote this thing. The only way it came out, like I can't ever find the trade, but it came out exclusively like Walmart was doing these DC comics, and you could only read the Superman story. I think it's called Superman Up in the Sky or something like that. It's hard to find, but Tom King writes a really cool. Yeah, it's called Superman Up in the Sky. It's a really cool Superman story. But it's hard to find.
I really liked that Superman anthology that came out, Red and Blue. That was fucking dope.
Yeah, that's cool. I read a bunch of
A
that.
lot of cool stories in there. A lot of cool stories. I liked it a lot.
Yeah.
I would
For
recommend
sure.
buying that, Cody.
Nice. Superman Red and Blue.
Yeah, it's just all the art is just red and blue.
Nice.
It's pretty cool, honestly. Very
Sounds
artistic.
good. Who wrote it? A
It's
bunch of people?
bunch of people, bunch of artists, bunch of writers. It's an anthology.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Nice.
just different stories. Some of them are like, quirky and lighthearted and fun. Some of them are pretty like meta.
Do you get to see red and blue boobies?
You get to see red and blue dick.
Does that answer your question?
Yeah. Does that answer your question?
Did you guys notice that each issue in Supergirl was like 3 words? It was whatever it was called. Like I think the last one was called Supergirl Ruthye Krem of the Yellow Hills or something like that. It was always 3 words. It was I don't know why it was like that, but I caught that.
You know what? That's cool also because it kind of felt, and going back to like the Western thing, it also feels like this could be like it'd be cool for maybe like a Quentin Tarantino could direct like a live action rated R version of this.
Ooh. Ooh.
Especially with the whole narration thing and like the time plot. I
Yeah.
think that would be cool.
There'd be a lot more scenes of Supergirl's feet, that's for sure.
I'm here for it.
Yeah, exactly. I think if anything was missing from this book, it was
Supergirl's
lack of
feet.
She would go to
Yeah.
a planet where she's a giant and everyone's small, and all you see are her feet. And Quentin Tarantino would be like,
Oh shit, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
But I like how you compared it to the Trials of Hercules. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Because she doesn't just easily like fuck everyone up. Sometimes she does.
Well,
but
you can tell how much this comic is influenced by Superman, All-Star Superman, which is literally the 12 Hercules. You know what I mean?
All-Star Superman, you said?
Yeah. Yeah. This book was heavily influenced by All-Star Superman.
Oh yeah, I get those vibes.
I would agree
for
with
sure.
that, especially with the outer space alien vibes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It definitely had that more, and it was like a more like trippy. This was a pretty trippy book, even if only
Yeah.
the art. Like the art is insane.
Agreed.
Yeah. It's beautiful.
No, yeah, it's beautiful, but it's trippy.
Oh, it's truly a space odyssey. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
It almost has a fantasy feel to it.
yeah. Very hard agree.
No, it does for sure. For sure.
So in that case, I would agree with the never-ending story shit.
Yeah.
Hard agree.
I like the combo of swords and outer space. It just works.
Yeah.
Pirates in outer space,
Pirates, space pirates.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, and they fuck up those space pirates fuck up Supergirl.
Yeah, they really do. They have like kryptonite.
Dude, Supergirl gets her ass beat a couple times in this.
Yeah, she does. That's why it's always like, if she was just completely unstoppable, it wouldn't be that interesting. They find interesting ways to make her vulnerable to the people around her, Like we were talking about the red sun and the green sun.
Yeah, exactly. It was crazy.
I wish there was a sun that came around Earth and it was just like the weed sun and it just was like, okay, today it's 420 all day.
Oh man, it would put an end to conflict around the world.
Yeah, it would be that simple.
Yeah. We need to come up with the weed sun, guys.
Come on, help us, commies. Get us a weed sun in the sky. It'll smell great.
It'll smell great.
Jake disappeared.
He's gone forever. He was captured by that little magical orb that sent Supergirl to the dinosaur planet with the green sun.
Yep. It sent Jake to The worst place he could possibly think of.
What is the worst place? Where do you think is the worst place Jake would possibly think of?
The worst place to send Jake.
Where would that be?
The place that Jake would absolutely hate the most. Probably right now sitting watching the Marvels. He'd be like, no,
that's where it is. He just ended up in the theater. I don't want to support this.
It's like too bad. Like he can't move. He's fatigued.
Yeah, because of the green sun, people are able to Clockwork Orange him, pry his eyes open, and force him to watch it.
Oh man, I hope this really happens.
Oh,
let's not say anything. Wait till he just listens and hears.
Oh, yeah, but I don't know, man. It sounds like Jake didn't like it as much as I did, but this is, in my opinion, like one of the best comics I've read recently.
Yeah, for sure. I think it came out 2022 or so. It counts as like one of the best of 2022. I think it won some awards. I'm sure.
I think you're right. No, I think it came out 2021.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
And got best of the year that year. Because then the next year, Tom King did Human Target, which won won a bunch of awards last year.
It's one of those books where I think I just really like it. If we really like it, like there's stuff to talk about. It's just kind of thing like you should just go check it out if you haven't read it, you know?
I definitely think it's important to check out. Yeah. I think it's one of the best superhero tales of this past year. And in many ways, because it doesn't feel like a superhero tale. It feels more like a Western, a science fiction fantasy, an homage to like Greek mythology. You know what I mean? It doesn't feel, it's all of those things. And Tom King does it really well.
Yeah, it's also way more wordy than a typical Tom King comic. I feel like Tom King can be kind of brief in the way he writes dialogue and the narration.
Yo, Joey's about to hop on.
Hey.
What up, boys?
What up, Joey?
Joey in the hizzy.
What's going on?
How we doing, buddy?
Doing pretty good. How are you?
It's good to see you, pal.
Yeah, we're talking about this, Joey. You should check it out. Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow.
I was telling Joey that he needs to force Jake to let him borrow it.
Yeah, just take it from him right now. Shake him down.
You go. When he's not looking.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, I'll put Jake back on over here for you guys.
Hell yeah. Good to see you, Joey.
That was the Joey Murphy Minute, everybody.
Good to see you.
Joey.
All right, what up?
Jake. Okay, so you missed it. We talked about where would you, because they sent Supergirl when she was captured by that magical orb, they sent her to the worst place imaginable for her, a green sun planet with monsters. Where do you think the orb would take each of us? Do you have any ideas?
Yeah, me and Cody figured it out for you. So do you have any ideas for us?
God.
No.
Wait,
what's
your idea for me?
Okay, so the place that you're the weakest, so you get transported to a planet with a green sun, and because you're in a weakened state, people are able to Clockwork Orange you and force you to watch the Marvels.
So your eyes are like forced open, and you're like, no.
Yeah, I didn't want to watch this. I don't support Disney.
Well, Joey also said the Marvels is good, so it's a lot of fun. Maybe I'll have to go.
Me and Joey have been talking about it. We agree. It's pretty cool.
I'm just waiting to watch it with my son. Wants to watch it with me.
I would send Cody to a world where there's no social media.
I don't think I'd hate that as much as you think.
I don't know. Then I have nothing. And Anthony, I don't know about you.
A world with no comic books.
A world with no weed.
Oh no! Come on. We didn't say that was part of the rules. That's fucked up.
That's Anthony's green sun.
Yeah. And the green sun is going to be like, oh, fuck, it looks like weed. It's fucked, man. I just said Cody to a place where there's no attention.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's how you get me.
That's how you get me. Just like truly, just like a deserted island. You drop me off there.
Exactly.
I'm falling apart. Oh.
I have no thoughts. My brain is retarded right now.
Yeah, well.
Or all the creatures on the island have no eyes, so they can't see you.
Yeah.
Or a place where you can't hug anybody. Ooh, maybe that.
No, that's depressing.
There we go.
Okay, so I think we've reached the next easy.
The next easy of the Joe Peasies.
Well, I'll just jump out and say it. This is one of my favorite comics of the past few years. I love the story. I love the mythos of, and the larger than life caricature of Supergirl. I love how sexy she is. I love the art. The art itself, it's hard to give this book anything but a 6 based on the art alone, for me. But I also love the story. I love what it does for the character. It made me I was really excited to read this.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
6 from Cody.
I'm giving it a 5.5.
I knew you were going to do that, you monster.
What takes away the 0.5 peshies for you?
Well, and I remember this even when I had texted you while I was reading it. It just it was too wordy for me. Good story.
Oh,
It is a
gotcha,
good story, but it's just too wordy. It's a lot of reading.
I liked it for that.
Yeah, I was going to say that's a positive for me. It read a bit more like a book. Like each issue felt like a chapter of a book I was reading, like I said, a Western, like a space Western. I love sci-fi. It worked for me on every level. Like Cody said, the art alone is the 6. Like and it's a 6. It's a 6 for me. 6 out of 6.
Yeah, the story could have been much worse with that art, and I probably would have still given it a 6.
Nice. But it's also the best Supergirl story I've read. I'll say that too.
Yeah.
It's probably the only Supergirl story I've read.
Same.
I haven't read many, but it's the best one I read. I would totally recommend it. I totally recommend the buy. It's great.
I would recommend it too.
Yeah.
5.5 is not bad.
No way.
Yeah. Oh, it's bad enough for me to hate you.
That's good. I'm glad you do.
It's 8 issues, but it's not the comic you could sit and read in one afternoon. Maybe you want to take it slower.
No,
That's
you want to
okay,
take your
though.
time with this book.
Yeah.
It's a crazy kind of book where you like. I was always captivated, always excited to see where the story was going next. But I also read it over a lot. Like it was a good book to savor. You know what I mean? I didn't want to just power through it. I wanted to, bask in the glow.
Yeah.
Yes.
You could kind of also picture it as like a TV show where each issue stands on its own, is its own story, part of the larger one, but each adventure is its own thing, which is really cool.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Just a great comic.
Here.
Totally recommend it.
And
Here.
that's it.
That's all she wrote.
That's all she wrote.
Thanks for tuning in.
Thanks for tuning in. If you couldn't tell by our hints earlier, we are doing Death of Superman as our December Patreon episode.
Yeah.
And we'll have just done a live with our
I'm not giving
boy.
it a 6 no matter what.
You're already preemptively saying even if
Yes. You want to know why?
Why?
About to be some petty shit.
Let's hear it.
Because Anthony has 4 copies of it and won't let me borrow one of them. He has 4 separate copies of it. So it automatically does not get a 6 because of that.
Jake, I explained. One of them is the first copy I ever bought. One of them is the original copy.
I
One
know.
of them is the omnibus copy, and one of them is the hardcover copy that I'm gonna read. So
You could have still let me borrow the omnibus copy. That has the least sentimental and actual value.
no, it has the most value, but least sentimental value.
Okay. The other 3 I get. The Brander, the newer one. The newer the comic.
I'm sorry, Jake. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Don't apologize to me. Apologize to the commies.
Commies,
when
I'm
they
sorry.
hear me not give it a 6. You are the Zod of my universe.
I gave Jake like 20 comics, but one of them was not the death of Superman.
No, I wasn't asking to keep it. I just want to borrow one.
I know, but you still aren't getting it.
You like put me in the phantom zone of Death of Superman copies.
Sorry. I control all the copies of Death of Superman.
So tune in for that.
Yeah, next month.
Yeah.
Tune in for
Patreon.
my inevitable not 6. We'll see you guys next week.
So, yeah.
Adios, amigos.
Bye. Hi, you're listening to Comics and Chronic, and I'm Jacob H.
I'm Cody Cannon.
And I'm Anthony Iannaccio.
And you can tune in every Thursday to hear new episodes of Comics and Chronic.
And make sure to follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Comics N Chronic. That's comics, the letter N, Chronic.
We'll see you guys next week.
Woo!
Peace.